Welcome back in one of the Bears Public Plays YouTube channel. Today is Friday. It is March 7th, and I'm back bringing down some more NBA plays for the Friday night slate. Have four more plays to talk about before we do that. Thursday plays. Boston minus 14. No Holiday. No Kristaps. No Jaylen Brown. No nobody in this game besides Tatum and Derek White. Derek White in the second quarter gets hit in the mouth. Apparently, it's a running joke about Derek White's dentist. Apparently, Derek White always gets hit in the mouth and he always loses a tooth. Once again, loses a tooth tonight. Back in the game. Good to see him back. But the Celtics have been up by 20 plus points almost the entire game. So hopefully they cover the spread there. I think currently 74-51 in favor of Boston. We have the Lakers tonight -3 going up against the Knicks, and we have Jalen Brunson 24.5, and then Zachary, however you want to pronounce it. It's Zachary. Hits two threes, one in the very early in the first quarter, and then one at a half. So we did cash the over 1.5 threes at -111 on FanDuel. So technically a 1-0 day. Boston looks really good. And then we have the Lakers playing the Knicks. So hopefully 2-0, maybe a 4-0. It's been brutal. It's been 2 and 2 days, 1 and 3 days over the last week. Just trying to stay afloat, but hopefully get a 4-0 day. And we're looking to try to get another 4-0 day for Friday going into the weekend. We're going to start with Memphis going up against the Mavericks. Memphis has dropped 4 consecutive games. New York, San Antonio, Atlanta, OKC. 2 of those 4 teams obviously pretty good with New York and OKC. They lost to the Cavaliers a game before that as well, sprinkling in a win between there with the Phoenix Suns going into overtime, scoring 151 points. This Memphis team, they rely heavily on the starters. The bench is very good. Sometimes the bench can score 50 points in one game. Sometimes they can score 20. They're very hit or miss on that bench. But JJJ probably still going to be out in this game. I don't think it's going to matter. Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, they didn't play great going up against OKC. They just ran into the wagon that is OKC. The spread was -8. There we had OKC. That's just a really good team. You need a team to get off the losing streak here, to get off the mat for the Grizzlies. You found the perfect punching bag in the Dallas Mavericks. Anthony Davis gone. Kyrie Irving sadly gone. Luka traded. They had 8 active players on the bench against the Milwaukee Bucks. They lost by 30 points. The best play for the Mavericks is let Klay Thompson shoot a fadeaway 3. And Klay Thompson, I hate to say it, if you're a Mavericks fan or a Klay Thompson fan, he's kind of washed. I mean, he's definitely at the back end of his career. He's still good. He'll still make 45, 43% of his shots from the field. But he shot 30 times against the Bucks. That's no way to beat a team. You can't have Klay Thompson as your best player on the floor. You just can't have it. And that's exactly what Nico's done to this Mavericks team. Not all his fault. Trading away the number 1 superstar in the NBA, definitely his fault. But the injuries, not his fault. But then again, you knew what you were getting with Anthony Davis with the injuries. The Kyrie Irving one, I am devastated because Kyrie Irving is one of my favorite players anyway. Just sad to see Kyrie Irving go down. But I do think if this Mavs team was healthy, they'd be competitive. That's just not the case. So they've lost 3 in a row. They're getting dominated by opponents. They're losing by 30-plus points on every single night. I'm going to take them once again to lose big in this one. Memphis -9.5. Get themselves off the mat. They've lost 4 in a row. Get the win here against the spread as the first play of the day. Second play, Suns going in against the Nuggets. Was not impressed with the Nuggets last night going up against Sacramento. They were down by 17 at one point in that game. They did come all the way back. Won that one by 6. Gave me the push on the member side. I'll take the push. I just felt like the Nuggets should have dominated Sacramento. They were at home. They were coming off a loss against Boston. Denver at home. They should have won that game by a lot more points. They're just not playing overly well right now. Your leading scorer was Russell Westbrook in that game. That can never happen. I love Russell Westbrook as well. But if Russell Westbrook's leading you in points, obviously something went wrong somewhere. Joker didn't have a very good night from the field. Joker didn't have a very good night with the assists, mainly because nobody was making any shots. And Sacramento stayed in that game. This is another game I think the Suns, I said some bad things about them. They're not a very good team. But we have Kevin Durant playing Kevin Durant-like basketball. He was very good in that game against the Clippers. He was pretty good against the Minnesota Timberwolves a couple games ago as well. But the Suns were down by 18 points going into the fourth quarter. They won that game outright. We had the Clippers on the money line. Hate it for myself, hate it for you guys, but Kevin Durant in that fourth quarter, unstoppable. Finished the game with 34 points. KD still has this thing. I think KD, Booker, maybe even Beal keeps this one close. I'm going to take the points, +9.5. I don't think the Nuggets are playing very well right now. And I think the Suns, they're coming off a win. Maybe that sparks them a little bit going into the final, what do we have, 17 games of the season. So I'm going to take the Suns, +9.5 as the second game pick of the day. Let's go to the player props for tomorrow. And I mentioned Klay Thompson being the guy for the Mavericks. This needs to be the guy for the Mavericks. A little bit younger, kind of, starting to look like a star maybe for the Dallas Mavericks in the future. They traded him away. The Lakers did over to the Dallas Mavericks. Since joining the Dallas Mavericks, 12.9 points per game, shooting 44% from the field, 40% from the outside. And he had a couple games, what was it, 4 or 5 games after he got traded, 15, 17, 19, 16, just 15-plus points every single night. That was with Kyrie Irving in the lineup. No Kyrie Irving. Max Christie going up against one of the worst defensive teams in the NBA, the Memphis Grizzlies. Outside is going to be a huge advantage for Dallas in this game if they can make their threes. Max Christie over 16.5 points is going to be the play. I don't think we see Klay Thompson shoot 28 times again. Maybe we do because that's kind of how Klay Thompson runs his thing. He's kind of a selfish player. He's been that way all of his career, but he should have been selfish with the Warriors because he was making all those shots. Now it's just kind of sad watching him shoot. Max Christie needs to be a little bit more aggressive in this game, and also Dinwiddie needs to be a little bit more aggressive in this game for Dallas to have any kind of shot to win this one. I don't think they cover the spread. I don't think this game is going to be close, but Max Christie might make this one interesting in the first half. Going to take the over 16.5 points going up against that really bad defense in Memphis. And the final play of the day, another guy I absolutely despise, but he's been playing pretty well ever since coming back from the injury. Julius Randle could be 16.5, could be 17.5 going up against the Miami Heat. Ware down low for the Heat and Bam Adebayo down low for the Heat. Could be trouble, but Julius Randle has been decent from the outside ever since coming back from the injury. He has made 4 threes from the outside, 2 of 7 from the last game, so he is starting to develop that shot from the outside again. That's what he was doing with the Knicks. I swear this guy will take 10 threes and miss all of them and then take an 11th three and miss that one. He has no restriction on whenever he stopped taking threes. He's just a chucker. It's just programmed in. It's in his DNA to be a chucker. He was a chucker in the last game against the Hornets. 8 of 18 from the field, 2 of 7 from deep. He did score 25 points, and guess what? He almost had a triple-double with 10 rebounds and 9 assists going up against the Hornets. I think he will be used once again pretty heavily in this game going up against the Heat. If Edwards is having an off night and if Edwards gets locked down by the Miami, Julius Randle is the clear-cut number 2 guy to score some points for the T-Wolves. Going to go over the 16.5, over the 17.5 points as the final play of the day there. Let's go over the recap graphic. Let's talk about these NBA players. Going to go Memphis minus 9.5. It's just a punching bag right now for Dallas. I think things will get better. You got to get healthy. Kyrie Irving injury really hurts because he's on the back end of his career, but get healthy. You have, 4? You have 4 really, really good players banged up, and 3 of them are big boys down low. So if you're a Mavericks fan, you can hit the panic button, but I think your future looks okay. You just have to make sure you get Kyrie Irving back. Maybe do well in the draft. But it's a really big blow for Mavericks fans. I'm sorry for you. You're going to continue to get blown out in this one. Memphis minus 9.5 to play. Suns plus 9.5. I think the Nuggets aren't playing great. And the Suns coming off a pretty big win going up against Clippers, down by 17 in that fourth quarter. Max Christie got to be aggressive in this game against Memphis. Over 16.5 points in this. Julius Randle, over 16.5, maybe 17.5 points going up against the Heat as the final play of the day. Guys, that's going to do it for the NBA picks and props for Friday, March 7th slated games. So you guys enjoyed the content. Please drop like this video and subscribe channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.